Okay, looks like we're back. I don't know what happened to the connection, but we're back. Got the bases loaded, 2 outs. Let's see what we can do.
Doesn't go for
He might walk me. We are in the lead, though.
swings and misses.
Yeah.
Strike.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's going to get out of this inning.
A special ball.
Oh.
And a decisive moment.
Damn. I don't know why I hit the button to swing like that. That was dumb on me. Still, we've got the lead, so I can stay away. Let my team handle this. Oh, well, it looks like I better hop back in because now we're losing again. Now I gotta pitch.
The catcher signals to the pitcher.
The whole thing is I'm trying not to pitch. Now I gotta open up the notes. Hold on. Uh-oh. Alright, yeah. Got the notes here. Alright. So, got a few pitches we can use against this guy. Got him. Like I said, once you figure out what they're good at and you can pitch to it, very, very difficult for them to counter.
Here comes the pitch. Swings and misses.
Now my bet is here. Yeah, see, he can use the super skill, but it's not going to really be effective because we're using a pitch that's going to be weak against him, against his type of hitting. So
The pitcher is staring straight at his opponent. He's got the look of a fighter. What a strike! Strike!
okay, I think we found his cold spot.
That ball is
Yep.
hammered. It's rolling. It's rolling
So
away.
you can kind of see here
And that's the inning.
they don't respond well to the certain pitches. So I think he was higher rated too. We just keep, maybe not actually. And it is no longer, even though it should be obvious, and frankly speaking, I should have not even allowed it.
Top of the seventh.
New rule: if you tell me you did not read the rules when you come in the chat, you are definitely getting an automatic timeout because that violates rule number 1: be respectful. Therefore, I highly, highly, highly suggest that you read the damn rules.
The pitcher is throwing a fastball.
Okay, I don't think he can hit stuff in the middle. Got him.
2 outs.
So it looks like our pitching theory is working
Straight at his
great,
opponent. He's
and it's
got the
really
look of
helping
a
us in this
fighter.
punch up. And it looks like we found a cold spot on him. So we'll pitch back to this corner again. Now, a lot of people ask me, or they say, hey, why don't you, they try to advise, like, hey, you should throw right on the edge of the corner. But you could see his accuracy window is really large. So if you try to throw, if you try to get that on the corner, you're susceptible to throwing outside of the strike zone, which is what we don't want. He doesn't use it, and I asked him about it, what his opinion was. He agrees with me, not his thing either. So you've got at least two people who do not like it. But apparently it used to be better because in PvP it would help you, it would lock on to pitches that didn't have the equal eye, or the Hawkeye. Nice, got the strikeout. That's not the case anymore, so it's not as effective as it used to be. And therefore, it still can help, but here we go. Let's see. Yeah, no, we'll take the knuckleball. Maybe he doesn't like him high. He seems to be swinging a lot. I notice a lot of these guys are cold inside and inside versus, well, actually lower, they're more likely to be cold. But then we have a problem with controlling the ball. Let's try here. Got him. Alright, look at the chat. Deggins, my team is coming along well so far, 212k. Nice. We're kind of doing some slower development here because I'm of the opinion that training with the maximum trainer versus like slowly edging your way up is just more efficient, even though it's more time intensive, and it can be an issue when you're like doing club league at first. Because most of the time you're just not going to be effective in beating clubs, but I think that's sort of a non-issue. Alright, let's see if we can make the comeback.
Ready for the first pitch. Play ball.
Got a phone call, heard nothing from last 6 minutes. Well, I guess you'll have to go back and check the replay then, or check the VOD, or check the YouTube highlights whenever they do go up. We're working on those. We're almost through it though. Alright, hopefully I won't have to hop in, but it is a higher rated team. Alright, we're losing. Time to hop in. Let's skip that. Alright, I'll have to hop in.
Runners on first and second, top of the ninth.
Let me see. Will knuckle curve work? Knuckle curve. Ideally a knuckleball, but I don't have any. So, oh boy. Let's see. Let me try a fastball.
That's in play. It's rolling.
Seems to work
It's
alright.
And that's
Alright.
the inning.
1-0. All we gotta do is, last time I missed the final day just straight up. Alright, looks like our boy Degnus is not here. I did want to ask him about his team. Scores are nice, but I want to know what the rating is.
catcher signals to the pitcher.
Like, the score doesn't really tell me as much because I'm not used to... I don't track them as well as I track the rating.
That was a huge whiff. That's a sharp liner. Deep center field. A pop fly is caught for the out.
Alright, he might be
The bases
busy.
are empty. Top of the first.
Yeah. If you're gonna tell me that stuff, and I'm just talking to anybody, let me know well, I think everybody in the baseball superstars community knows it's more of a the grades to help more.
That was a huge whiff.
Yeah, looks like we can stay in this low corner. Got him.
Absolutely flawless pitching. The bases are empty. Top of the first. The pitcher is throwing a fastball. That's a solid hit. That's into shallow right field. That was a powerful hit. See it. Breathe in, breathe out. The catcher signals to the pitcher.
Alright. Yeah, we don't really have anything we can use to handle these guys. Oh wait, he's meant. For some reason I thought he was something else. For some reason I thought he was strength. I was actually looking at my attribute.
The throw is in time. And that's the inning.
Because they just don't score much at all.
The bases are completely empty. Top of the first.
So we're just going to have to skip tomorrow or the 12 o'clock game. I did want to see if maybe we could get like a decent score, but 14,000 is complete garbage. You might as well not even have attempted it. You're literally just doing it for the Galaxy Club point, or yeah, the Cup points at that, the Galaxy points at that point. Or I think it's coin.
The bases are completely empty.
Yeah, Galaxy coin. So this team's A+, but it looks like they have a lower score. That score doesn't really tell us much because we don't know what that constitutes, and a lot of times these guys will like load up their lineup or their bench to kind of get around the score issues. So they can lower their scores and get higher and, you know, go up against weaker teams, even though they're like ridiculously stronger. So they don't really tell us much.
The pitcher is throwing a fastball.
Uh-oh. Now we got a counter to our counter, which won't matter for him because he's just the pitcher or a AI, but we could get points if we did that, and I have done it. If you go back to the Superstar Counter series, we definitely were doing that early on. Way more chances of actually nailing it, you know, because runs do matter. I mean, everything matters, but you get more points for it. Okay, so I think she's not good here.
That's a sharp liner. A shallow hit to left field. A base hit. See it. Top of the second. No outs. A runner on first.
All right. See, we definitely need a new pitcher because we just don't have. We really don't have the pitching to really
Oh no!
overpower some of these higher rated guys. We're really at a disadvantage here.
Strike!
And that's why I'm being a lot more strategic moving forward with my pitchers. Like I said, I'm not going to just develop guys while I'm waiting, like to just move myself along. I'm definitely going to start developing guys. Like I said, it'll be maximum efficiency
A special ball.
with the least amount of players developed, but it'll be at the cost of having good players, like better players
That's a hit. That's a grounder.
than maybe
The throw is
like
in time.
earlier. So what's that double play?
Top of the second. 2 outs. 1 runner on base.
Not sure how much sense that made, but basically, you know, you can develop players with at less than optimal let's say levels of trainers, but it's definitely at a cost.
That ball is
Ooh.
hammered.
Okay, we definitely don't want to go over there. He really likes that.
That's a sharp liner. It's rolling. It's rolling away.
But it is at a cost of points that could be used towards other things.
Top of the third. No outs.
We wouldn't have developed, we really wouldn't have developed anybody for prior to this cup, but we needed somebody to participate. That's what I'm saying. Whereas, like in club league, we don't really need to worry about that. So, in that case, really, our only time we will develop less than optimal players is for Galaxy Cup. Because the coin is just the bonuses are just too high to skip out on it.
Completely empty. That ball is hammered. It's rolling.
But now we know, because for example, what I see a lot of guys doing, they're just getting int
Top of the third.
batters and int pitchers, and I think what they really should be focusing on is they should develop specialists. Let's see, yeah, so slur's probably better. That's what the approach I'm going to start taking moving forward is. You should have a specialist for each position. If you look at baseball, that's how baseball works. And again, we've already learned that if you can apply baseball principles, you can maximize your pitching like we're doing here. And I think that's the key to developing like an overall like optimal team. So rather than focus on intelligent, blah, 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 and then we're going to get trainers that develop those particular pitches. It'll kill us though, in that we won't be able to, if possible, we want to round them out, but we may not be able to.
It's rolling. It's rolling away. The throw is in
But I think that would be how you develop not only your starters, but your relievers as well. You don't see that though. When you play these other teams, you see the guys are like really loaded with one particular category. And I think that's where we can take advantage of it. Because they're not specializing at all. They're literally just loading up their whatever they can get highest rated trainers. But we already know that we can counter that with good pitching. The only problem is we don't really know how to counter their pitchers.
Will the reliever maintain this lead?
But we may be able to. I just haven't really looked into it yet. Like seeing, like knowing what I know now, I would have definitely, and I think I may have maxed these out. I probably would have developed a fastball instead of two, like a forkball and a palm ball. I would have probably put more of those points toward getting like a level 4 or 5 fastball. But I wasn't thinking at the time. Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing. Because the guys were just saying like, hey, just get the most stats possible. But I don't... That will work for a higher rated player. But I think that when we're talking in-game play, which is where your actual... Oh, hold on a second. Got some in my eye. Okay, let's try to counter this. Of course, I got some in my eye.
The pitcher is throwing a fastball.
Of course, what great timing.
Can the hitter take advantage of this situation? That's a sharp liner. That's a grounder.
Oh man. See, and that's not a real double play, but that's how they liked it. But this game scores those like that. I really can't, that really does bother me, but whatever.
In the batter's box. That's a sharp liner. Fly ball. Deep right field.
Anyway, I was actually on a damn good rant. Ooh. Can't remember what it was though exactly.
That's in play. It's rolling. It's rolling away. And that's out number 3.
Oh yeah, they were telling me about like, hey, you should just like get all of your stats up as high as possible. But in retrospect,
Top of the fifth.
including like, so you know, basically get a pitch that gives you the most power. But you could have a more effective approach, in my opinion, especially knowing what I know now, would have been, hey, no, you know, develop, you know, look at what kind of pitcher you have, and then develop to his strength, knowing that he's going to be susceptible to other types of pitches. Or let's say, okay, hey, we've got one ball that takes care of hits, so rather than devote resources to hits, we should be devoting resources to extra base hits or speed, you know. That would have been a more effective use of our points. Because we definitely had it, we just didn't know where we should spend it. Not in every case, but in some cases. More of the early on cases, but even later. Oh, nice, got that on the corner. And again, so I talked to some of the guys yesterday in the Discord. I don't think anyone's broken down the pitching mechanics.
The visitors are struggling to keep
So
up. The catcher signals to the pitcher.
I may clip out our video from the other day and just sort of post that online. I recognize that sort of puts me at a disadvantage for PvP, but at the same time, I think a lot of guys are going to ignore it. Alright, let's see. So we don't have anything that can face extra base hits. So this is where we got to make a decision. But in my case, I know that they do have an issue with fastballs, so I would probably just do a screwball.
At the end of the bat.
It's not ideal. We would prefer to have a knuckleball to face these guys, but we don't have it.
That's in play.
So
It's rolling. It's rolling away. And that's the inning.
oh man, this thing in my eye is really bothering me. It's kind of burning.
The bases are completely empty.
Alright, let's see. It's like there was no reason for me to develop a level 4 palm ball and a fork ball. I only needed one of those. Now in PvP it does help to have kind of more of a variety, because in PvP, you know, humans have this thing where they can't you know, they can't track the ball as well.
That ball is popped
So having a variety to face humans does matter in terms of like whether or not they're able to hit it. But if they make contact, what's going to happen? Well, what happens during contact matters a lot on what pitch you throw, as we're seeing. So understanding that lets us say, okay, fine. Let him make contact. We're going to make sure he can't do anything with our pitch. See, this is level 4. It's probably not going to be as effective. So it's like, why ever throw this level 4? There's no reason to ever throw that. So it was a complete waste. Now that may have been like our only option, but I have a feeling that it wasn't. We would have just been better off developing some of the other skills on the other page, even if it would have been like an overall lower rated pitcher. You know, I mean, that would have only affected the AI, which does matter. You know, there's a lot of AI play here, but the big rewards come from PvP or from in-game, so we could have got it wouldn't have been as big a deal. Definitely wouldn't have been as big a deal.
Bottom of the 6th. Top of the 5th. 2 outs. Runners on first and second.
Let's see. He's a Dex guy. See, if we really didn't go into it trying to get like better stuff to handle Dex players, or you know, hits basically.
And that's the inning.
All right. I'm starting to resent the fact that I'm like having to pitch.
That's a hit. It's rolling. It's rolling away. The throw is in time. And that's out number 3.
And of course, we got to take over.
Runners on first and second.
Oh, and he has low stamina? Why are we keeping him in this game again? Is there any reason to leave this dude in this game? No. He should be swapped out immediately.
Top of the 9th. 2 outs. Runners on first and second.
Yeah, this should be like a non-issue.
Not the most comfortable course for the batter. And that's out number 3. Top of the
See, this is why I don't like bringing him in, because they've swapped him out for a bad reliever. There's no reason to have swapped him out, but the AI like has really stupid criteria for swapping guys out. And that really pisses me off.
The pitcher is throwing a fastball.
That's why I usually don't like to swap them out, but in that case, I didn't have much of an option. So, we may lose this game now. I mean, do I have at least another pitcher I could bring in? Look, I got an... Yeah, there's no reason to do that. We'll have to wait, though, because we at least get a little bit of an advantage here with the mental. Literally, though, there's no reason for that to use this guy. Got him.
Will it be a fastball or a breaking ball?
Alright. Swap him out. Well, for Dex, yeah, actually we do, because that's a bad matchup. He can take me out easy.
Top of the 11th.
Oh. That just missed. Got him.
Top of the 11th. A runner on second. He's at a clear disadvantage.
So a little bit of
Not going
strategic
to be an
pitching
easy game for him.
can help us out because all of his guys are way higher rated.
Special ball at a decisive moment.
Of course, having a level 5 fastball will also help.
That's a sharp liner. A shallow hit.
See? Can't hit it.
That's an easy fly ball. And that's out number 3.
Now, can I get a... I was going to say, can I get an at-bat?
That's hit to the opposite side. It's behind the fielders. That's some solid hitting.
I think this is a punch-up. Yes. Why did my guy run the other way? I didn't ask him to run over there, but whatever. We just won the game. So, punch-up for, I believe, that's an A-plus team.
That's how it ends.
Sweet.
Time. The catcher signals to the pitcher. The early contact sends the ball to the opposite field. That's a grounder. One out. The pitcher is staring straight at his opponent. He's got the look of a fighter. A special ball at a decisive moment. The early contact sends the ball to the opposite.
Ooh. Definitely don't send the next pitch there. Not a good option.
3 pitches.
Got him.
3 strikes. Top of the first. 2 outs. The pitcher is throwing a fastball.
So a lot of people, from what I've noticed, kind of use the super skills situational. So like,
Hammered.
in a sense of, hey,
That's a
I've got 2 strikes on the guy. It'll be very difficult for him to hit strike 3 if I make it a super skill. I prefer to actually use it lineup. So you can see here A5 versus A0. So this guy's already stronger than us. He's a strong M player. He's an M player and we're S. So we're already just at a huge disadvantage from the get-go. So rather than take any chances, I want a boost from the super skill, which brings our stats up by 200 across the board. And that'll at least help us, because you may not get to strike 2, you know. He might hit strike 1, you know, he might hit the first pitch. And then, you know, the super skill increases the grounder rate, so why take a chance? But like I said, other folks, they save it situational, and that doesn't always work either. If you got a guy, especially if you got a guy who knows how to hit super skills, and it's not that hard. At the higher levels, it does get harder, but you can still do it. You can negate that easily.
bases are empty. Bottom of the
So it's much better, in my opinion, to use it
What a hit. A
to kind of fight against like a mismatch.
The bases are empty.
Nobody really does that. I'm the only person I know of that will try to counter super skills with super skills. And it doesn't make sense to do that in most situations, but again, they reward us here, so it's absolutely worth trying.
Lets the ball by. doesn't connect.
Got him. But it does take quite a bit of timing to nail. The timing on countering a super skill, very, very difficult. You have to kind of understand how they all work to before you can like make it happen.
That was a powerful hit. Will it be a fastball or a breaking ball? Great patience from the hitter.
I'd be curious to know how other people handle super skill countering if they try it.
Huge whiff.
It is difficult.
That's hit to the
Ooh,
opposite
home
side.
run.
That one's going high and deep. Oh, that should have been caught. That's unfortunate.
It's just a mismatch. We don't. This guy isn't really developed well enough to kind of be throwing,
A great pitch
like to handle certain hitters with a certain rating. But there's not much I can do.
Here comes the pitch. A strikeout in 3 pitches.
Oh, almost dropped my phone.
The bases are completely empty. That's in play. A shallow hit. A pop fly is caught for the out. And that's the inning. The home team
It's gonna be a
is on the
long
line,
game.
top of the third.
It's gonna be a long game. We are not very well equipped to get these guys out fast. And my pitcher is not the strongest pitcher to just dominate. So that's something too. If if I'm strong enough, dude, I could just throw fastballs all day and there's nothing they can do about it. Like there's nothing they can do about it. And that is a baseball strategy. If you look at the dominant pitchers in baseball, a lot of them were just, there's a lot of guys who just had ridiculously fast fastballs, and there was nothing you could do about it. Ooh, I think we may have inadvertently found his hole right here in the middle, or his weak spot. Problem is, we don't have much control, so I have to be careful where I actually aim the pitch, that I don't throw it out of the strike zone. Got him. See, you can throw a fastball down the middle if you have the right guy.
Top of the third. 2 outs.
That's why, people are afraid to throw it down the middle. Like, no, throw it to the corner. It's like, well, you don't have to throw it to the corner. You just have to know who you're throwing to and what, and hopefully you'll be all right. Sometimes it won't work,
The throw is in time.
but hopefully you'll make the right call.
The bases are completely empty.
All right, we'll go screwball on him.
That's a hit. That's a ground.
See, now we got a reliever in, who actually stronger than the starter. Won't be as bad.
Team has the lead. The
Ooh,
pitcher is staring straight at
Not
his
the pitch I want to
opponent.
throw.
He's got the look of a fighter.
So if you screw up and pick the wrong pitch, just throw that shit outside. Just get rid of it. So they did announce that the trainer for the collab batting trainer, it's released, but I haven't seen it. It hasn't showed up on the banner yet, and I'm waiting for that.
Huge strikeout.
Because once I see them come up,
No runners. Top of the
My diamonds are getting used. Period. I'm going to be pulling like fucking crazy because there's no reason not to at that point. Everybody, I don't think there's, I'll go back and check, but I don't think there's, I think there's maybe 4 people. There may be 4 there may be 4 characters left. Now, I will say one thing. The one drawback to our approach with development is we may not earn as many draft tickets, which will help us get to the UR point. So that might actually hurt us a bit. But I feel like it's worth taking our chances on, you know. Alright. I really don't have anything to throw to this guy, so I'm just going to use the knuckleball, or the screwball. But I actually don't have anything that's particularly good against his weakness. This pitcher clearly is not designed to handle strength batters, and clearly he's weaker than, he gets the 20% boost because he... Here we go. Ooh, he's not swinging over there. Now, I saw a guide yesterday try to claim, do not throw in the same spot twice. I totally disagree. You can totally throw at the same spot, provided you can figure out if it's cold or not. And we've already discussed how to determine whether or not an area is cold. Once you determine that the area is cold, you can easily throw the ball there as many times as you want. Human players are a little different because they can get timing down, whereas AI responds to like nuances in the game. But even then, if the human players connect in a cold zone, the odds of it being a home run are extremely low. So you can ignore the advice to not pitch in the same spot twice, in my opinion. And I think I have pretty damn good grounds to make that case because no one has broken down the pitching mechanics as I have. Frankly speaking, I don't think anyone understands the pitching mechanics. If they did, they certainly haven't voiced it. Because guys are just throwing whatever their strongest pitch is, that's what they're going to use, and that's totally like the wrong approach, as we are finding out very easily. Or very quickly, I guess. Now, if you wanted to get super strategic, which, you could, but for me, it's just not worth the hassle. In Club League it is, but not here. You could note the guy's weak spots, like as you discover them, right? Make a note, and then when they come back again for an at bat, just make sure to throw there. But that's a little, that's like a little bit too labor intensive, and I just don't see the benefit for that in most cases. Again, Club League, no. You're trying to punch up in Club League, definitely worth doing. Outside of Club League, I don't think so. Top 3. I was like 35th last night, so I guess this morning's performance put us in top 3. So fuck that. We're running it.
Strike. Swing and a miss.
This is how they get you, man. They make you want to be dude. Because in the because I was in Division 8 before, which is way lower, lower than this, and we were not in.
Pitcher is staring straight at his opponent.
We were nowhere close to top 3. I think I was like maybe 20. It's like, why bother? But top 3,
The pitcher is throwing a fastball.
yeah, we should give it a shot.
That's in play. A shot to deep left field. A clean drive. That's a hit for sure. See it. Here comes the pitch.
If I'd have known that I was going to be that competitive, I would have just said to hell with it and developed another player. I didn't think we'd get that developed or be this competitive.
Runners on second and third. Top of the first.
Alright, we're in trouble. And the lag is going up big time as we're charging, which of course always happens, which is why I hate charging while playing as well. Uh-oh, we got a super skill counter.
The early contact slides the ball to the opposite field.
Oh, and it's a fail. Good for me.
Here comes the pitch. That ball is hammered. Oh, hey, that's going deep into right field. A pop fly is caught for the out.
And I probably should look more at the
That's the inning.
how the point system works. I'm probably not playing to the best of like maximizing the point system. I'm just playing baseball, but
Off of the first.
you know,
Ball one.
it is what it is for that. Oh, they got a S4. It's not gonna be good.
That's a hit.
It's gonna be really
A fly
difficult
ball.
to hit
Caught
off
for
of
the out.
her.
That's an easy fly ball.
I don't have any strength batters. That's the one thing we see. I don't have a strength batter.
That's good contact.
And that's what I mean by you gotta be balanced, man. You can't just run all like int, and then you got nobody to counter the int.
Not the most comfortable.
Because if we hit enough home runs off of her, they will take her out.
The pitcher is throwing a
Damn,
fastball.
I had no shot at that.
Out number 3. Top of the second. He's at a clear disadvantage. It's not going to be an easy game for him. A special ball and a decisive
So
ball.
my guess then is to why we're so competitive is because this Galaxy Cup is heavily pitching based, and I don't think any of these guys know how to pitch. I really don't. So they're not scoring a lot of points because they're getting like the bare minimum.
He was going
Damn,
for the first
that was a
pitch.
bad.
Popped up.
That was a bad. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have anything to counter those guys. So because
A clean pitch.
it's
That was a
pitching
fastball
based,
and a strikeout.
either they're skipping, which is possible, but I think they're not skipping.
Hammered.
They're just not able to
That's an easy
really
fly
make
ball.
much of their defensive play.
Top of the second. One out. He was going for the first pitch. A shot to deep center.
So now the question is,
Fly is caught for the out.
do I put out the pitching mechanics video, or do I keep it to myself and just dominate? But you know, the problem is I don't really want to like put that kind of you know, I'm not gonna put that kind of effort because I'm not like really developing my team, you know.
It doesn't connect.
What do you think, chat? I'm gonna put that question to the chat. Should I keep the pitching info to myself, or should I release the video on YouTube and let everybody know about it? I'm of the opinion that since I don't care as much as some of these guys because they're blowing like a lot of money on the game, it would be better for me, profit-wise, you know, sell the shovel, right? The guys in the gold rush that made the money were the guys who were selling shovels, not the dudes who were digging for gold. So give the info to the guys who are trying to build their team and let them like grind that shit out, you know. That's my opinion, but the competitive side of me wants to like keep that secret to myself. So that's why I'm putting I'm posing the question to the chat. I'm curious to know what they think.
Here comes the pitch.
And mind you, we haven't completely actually I think it might be better here. We haven't completely maximized everything for pitching because
But the ball's not even there yet.
what we need to cover is then, okay, how do we develop a pitcher so that we can develop maximum efficiency towards these weaknesses? In my opinion, again, I think we do two things. We max out his strengths, and then we max out his weakness. Everything else, we sort of just leave. Like, if we have it, great. If not, who cares? That's my opinion. You know, because again, we're talking resource use. And I'm sure once somebody figures out, like somebody understands the mechanics, they'll develop it, because this community is very much able to develop the strategic part, the RPG part of it. They just don't know they're just not very good at in-game mechanics. That's why we've been able to beat some of these teams. I mean, we're not really doing a good job this game, but this is a bad lineup. My pitcher's not really made to deal with a team like this.
And that's out number 3.
But yeah, so
The bases are completely empty. Bottom of the second.
they can do the hitting side of it. They can do the
Strike one.
hold on, let me bat here.
Strike for the pitcher. That's in play. Straight at the
Yeah, see, we got to tire this pitcher out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this pitcher throw. Like, I'm not going to swing at a lot of stuff and get their stamina down.
It's not going to be an easy game for him.
You know, the less amount of time they use and the less pitches they use, the harder it's going to be for you. But if you can wear them out, it'll be much easier. But yeah, I was saying, we were able to take out some, like, I think when I was in the B ranking, I was taking out S players because we had better, like, in-game skills. Overall, they were better than us, but, like, overall, I mean, as a team, they were better than us, but the human player sucked, and so we were able to take them out.
Lets the ball by.
And a lot of that has to do with the fact that most people have not mastered in-game very well.
That throw was meant to trick the hitter, but to no avail. That's a sharp line. That's going to the left.
Yeah, see, we don't have the right pitcher to really deal with this guy's batters. So it's going to be a hard game for me to really, like, do anything with until we bring in the reliever.
A runner on second.
I just don't have. This is where, again, it would have been nice to develop another pitcher. I didn't have enough time.
And a strikeout. That hit to the opposite side. Popped up high in the air. That ball is popped up.
So that's again too where guys like to have to kind of devote themselves to one gotcha game. Just like, you know,
Top of the third. 2 outs. A runner on second.
you could do that, but like I said,
That's good
Ooh.
contact from a solid swing. A shot to deep right field.
you know, it depends. Do you want to be the player?
That ball is
Do you want to be digging for gold, or do you want to be selling shovels? You
and
know.
that's the inning. Here comes the pitch.
All right. hint, go here.
Strike one. That's hit to the opposite side. It's rolling. It's rolling away. And swing. That throw is going the wrong way.
Oh man, they do everything in their power to kind of
The pitcher is staring straight
do
at
the
his opponent.
screw me over. Even if it doesn't, even if it's almost impossible, they'll still try to do it. But knowing what we know now, I'm telling you, when we develop the next pitcher, gonna be fucking phenomenal. We might have to just develop like a couple of guys. We'll see. You know, there is the case to be made to kind of like spread. You got to spread things out because you still got to hit. You can't just win with defense. Although you can take shit to extra innings and tie in this game. So.
That's a hit. It's rolling. It's rolling away. Out. And that's the inning. Top of the fifth. No outs.
But see, though, once you understand the mechanics of the game, or like you understand like the various modes, then it gets a little bit more exciting to see like, you know, how you're playing, even if you don't like baseball, because you realize, hey, he's trying to do like point counters and whatnot. He's trying to do counters to get points. So now you're like, okay, I don't care if you're winning, but I want to see if you can counter it to get the points. And that could be fun.
Too late. That was a hasty swing.
Alright, let's take this and go over here. Got him.
3 strikes. The visiting team is looking sharp. This pitcher is on fire. The batters are desperately trying to get a hit. He was going for the first pitch.
Yeah, because I mean, strikeouts in Galaxy Cup, especially if you can get 3-pitch strikeouts, dude, we're talking bonuses galore. And you can tell who knows how to pitch because you got the top. They're in the top 3. Let's see. All right. See, I don't really have anything for this guy, so that's where either fastball or a screwball would work.
That ball is hammered. Popped up. A pop fly is caught for the out. No runner.
So in absence of a decent knuckleball, you're probably better off pitching fastballs to strength batters. Although it's hard to say for sure.
A great pitch.
Probably a case could be made for the screwball, but we've seen that some of these guys have been able to knock the screwball for home runs.
That was a perfect throw.
No, that was a knuckleball. My mistake. So that was just like a low-level knuckleball.
The bases are completely empty. Top of the 6th.
I'm not sure. Let's see if they can hit the screwball. No. Okay, he's got issues with the screwball too.
That ball is hammered. It's rolling.
So yeah, screwball will work.
And that's
It's not ideal though. Ideally, you want a knuckleball.
These teams are tied. Top of the 1st.
We're tied. Of course we're tied. It's the beginning of the game.
Oops. He swung, but the ball's not even there yet. That's in play. A shot to deep left field. That's a sharp liner. It's rolling. It's rolling away. Top of the first. He's at a clear disadvantage. It's not going to be an easy game for him. A special ball at a decisive moment. The ball gets away. Top of the first. A runner on first. He's at a clear disadvantage. It's not going to be an easy game for him. A special ball at a decisive moment. That ball is hammered. That's a high pop-up. That's caught for the out. Top of the first. 2 outs. He's at a clear disadvantage. It's not going to be an easy game for him. The pitcher is throwing a fastball. Wow, what a throw! And that's the inning.
Sure.
Breathe in, breathe out. Will it be a fastball or a breaking ball? Strike! Ball!
Ooh, not good.
That ball is hammered. Popped up. A clean drive.
All right, we're trying to keep it to no runs, since apparently we get points for shutting them out.
Top of the second. No outs. He's at a clear disadvantage.
Yeah, that's a
It's
problem.
not going to be an easy game for
I do
him.
not have
Strike.
a good, the rating's too low for me to be trying, and I don't have a good fastball to go up against this guy.
Here comes the pitch.
Does not like high inside though.
That's in play. Makes a daring slide. Top of the second. Ball. Strike. Strike 2.
Got him.
Will it be a fastball or a breaking ball? Strike. Strike 2. That's in play. That's a drive to deep left center field. A base hit. Great hit and timing. They've scored. That's a hit. Straight at the pitcher. And that's the inning. He's at a clear disadvantage. It's not going to be an easy game for him. That's a shot. That's going to the left. Foul right at the end of the bat.
Definitely not where we want to throw.
That's a solid hit. Oh, hey, that's going deep into right field. A clean drive. That's a hit for sure.
Alright, so my guy's getting worn down and tired, much like me.
The catcher signals
That's
to
why
the
he's having a
pitcher.
hard time.
ball
And that's a
on.
problem too, you know. Striking guys out does wear your stamina down a bit.
The batter hits the ball. He's been waiting for this one. Up the middle with a base hit. A clean drive. That's a hit for sure. The home team has the lead. The pitcher is staring straight at his opponent. He's got the look of a fighter. That's a solid hit. The hitter is getting
Hopefully we can
impatient.
get a double play.
Can the hitter take advantage of this situation?
Got him.
Top of the third. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Swing and a miss. Can the hitter take advantage of this situation?
May not be able to hit it.
A
Got him.
strikeout in 3 pitches.
Looks like we got out of that, fans. Man, bases loaded too.
Top of the 4th. No outs.
Alright. Things should go a lot faster now. Well, unless I just strike a bunch of guys out, which could happen.
That's a sharp liner. Oh, it's too high. That's an easy fly ball. The home team has the lead. Top of the 4th.
Got him.
Top of the 4th. 2 outs. He's at a clear disadvantage. It's not going to be an easy game for him. That ball is hammered. That's a grounder. And that's the inning.
Home run.
Team has the lead.
I didn't think
Top
about
of
it.
the 5th. The ball's hit to the opposite field. A shot to
See,
deep
so
right.
something else that could give you a hint as to what to focus on for, because the intelligence hitter has like a lot of attributes you can focus on. So it sort of becomes a question of, you know, so you would actually want to get familiar with his equipment
3 pitches.
and make a judgment call.
Comes the pitch.
So like you see here, we know that that bat is there to actually give some bat control. So they're trying to counteract the weaknesses of the mint. Well, actually, I take that back. That's actually the strength of the mint. But the problem is, it's still like going to cause issues
The batter is cornered
against the
now.
screwball and the
2 strikes.
fastball, as we're seeing right here.
That's in play.
I mean, look at that. They told us not to do the same area. I'm going back all 3 times, and there's not a damn thing they can do about it.
Foul.
There's nothing he can do about it.
That ball is hammered. That's gone behind the catcher. That's a hit. Up the middle with a base hit.
So
Base hit.
he got there, but that's more of luck than anything else. I don't want to say luck because it's AI, but
Top of the 5th.
like they're gonna hit that no matter what. I mean, that's just AI for you, you know.
He was going for the first pitch. That's a grounder.
But look, he just set us up for a double play.
And
So
that's the inning.
you can just see it doesn't really matter.
The
as long as you find an area where you have a fairly good confidence that they're not going to be able to do anything with it. All right, see if we can hit it.
Team has the lead. The pitcher is staring straight at his opponent. He's got the look of a fighter. He was going for the first pitch. That's hit right at the pitch.
Man, we are really going into extra innings here, fans. And I mean extra innings / overtime as far as the stream. Usually don't go this long. Even for Baseball Superstars, you know, we only did this one time for Planet League. And I guess Planet League did sort of do that. That was part of it too. But we are really grinding this thing out. Now, I'm tempted to keep going to do the core upgrades, but I will only do that if it looks like we can actually nail everything. Meaning that if I have to go and manually develop a pitcher or a batter to hit the last parts of the event, it's not worth it to do the core upgrades, because I'll just have to save it till we make that, till we make that happen. But if it turns out I've actually hit those numbers, then, and I don't need to manually make a pitcher or a batter, then I absolutely will. I think they're both. That does it for today's Baseball Superstars run. I will be doing one more stream later, but it's probably going to be, Pad. I don't think I can do both Pad and Yu-Gi-Oh! I just don't think I have that kind of stamina. And even though I know there's an event going on for Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, I think that at this point, I'm okay not grinding as hard as I want, because I feel that game is going to be something I'll probably be doing long term. Just because, I mean, I like the game, and also it's kind of like having the cards, so, I don't mind kind of just doing that and grinding a little bit, and we'll see exactly. I have some ideas, but I'm not exactly sure how to do that daily. But I think that'll be my go-to gotcha game moving forward. I think I'll do Baseball Superstars. Like I said, I'm going to keep it up for the rest of this collab. But once this collab is done, and I think it's got another, I think it's done sometime this month, probably going to move on a bit. I mean, it is the end of baseball season, and so there's not going to be much of an incentive for me anyway to keep going. I know some guys just really like the game, but for me, baseball, and it's football too, those games are really seasonal. I don't really like to play them throughout the year. Baseball season obviously being the longest. And I also need to know, hey, moving forward, is it worth me continuing on with this? Because if they go to 2022 and it's a completely new app, I can't transfer any data out. I'm highly, highly, highly not going to participate in the next edition. It's way too much investment to just call it quits with, and start over from scratch. You really would have to put the money involved. And that's where Pad and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are more long-term games. Although Pad, there's a lot of skill involved, and these you see, if you play with these other guys, they do some heavy, super deep grinding. Where I think Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that's not going to really go anywhere because of the popularity of the card game. So I think that would be a better thing to play up front. And also too, I kind of like the show, so I kind of want to see the development in the game. Anyway, that does it. I gotta go. I gotta go eat. I gotta do a lot of things. I gotta do a lot of editing. So we'll be posting up videos later today. Thanks to all who were visiting. I saw a lot of lurkers coming in and out of the stream as always. Always appreciate you guys coming. We'll post the highlights later on. It'll take me a minute, but I'm getting the rest of the Pad series up. Once I finish up Pad, we'll be doing I'll be going back and editing all of the old Baseball Superstar stuff, because I really didn't. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't posted yet. I hope that I can post some of it. I may not post too much, because it's not only is there a lot to clip, but I don't think I might have to look up dates. But we'll see. It may be possible. I may be able to grind it out and just take a day or two off. That's why I said, with all that being done and not neglecting my YouTube audience, because I've sort of been neglecting them to get these other streams done, and that's, they've been there from the beginning. I want to get that out of the way. So that being said, if you want, not if you want, but if you want to see some of the other stuff I've got, go to YouTube. Got all my stuff there. We got to get some retro. We're definitely going to be, as we're transitioning out of gacha, we're definitely going back to retro, because I know a lot of you guys, especially you YouTubers, want to see the retro stuff. So Twitch, I don't know, but I know the YouTubers have been begging for it, so we'll definitely do that. And then, you know, you can go to Discord and find me too. You know where it's at. If not, you can send me a damn message or go back and check one of my streams. It's up there. The Free Bachelor, #1633. I'm on Twitter. You can talk to me there. Don't really tweet that much except for when I'm going live, or every once in a while I tweet, but I haven't really tweeted too much. Definitely not too much gaming related. So you can definitely, but if you want, you can follow me there too. All right, that's it for this stream, fans. It was a hell of a run, and like I said, I'm pretty damn tired. I don't know how much further we're gonna go, but we're gonna keep this journey up just a little bit longer. So all right, that being said, I am the Free Bachelor. This is the Free Bachelor's channel. You have been watching me play Baseball Superstars 2021, and I will see you